BAM! Oh, wow, that was probably a little bit too loud. For those watching, welcome to Penny for a Tale. We're a little bit, what's the correct word? I want to say
Exhausted.
jazzed up, but I don't know if that's like...
Exhausted, jazzed up, same thing, right?
Well,
No, I
I'm
think
like...
we are very much like not jazzed up because we
Oh.
don't have a jazz.
Yes.
I hate everything.
No,
Don't
we're
come
full
at
of-
us.
We're full of jizz music.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right,
Ooh,
jizz.
and
It's
he said
jazz.
it on stream.
I did.
This is
It's
a
a
mature
Star Wars
channel.
thing.
If you kind of clicked yes to mature, then
It's
yeah.
canon. It's canon, guys. Have you never heard of Max Rebo? Cool, and yeah.
All right,
So
that's
after
that.
invite an intro to the Alex, take it away.
Yeah.
I just live here.
Yeah. Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming back. It is Star Wars night. We are playing, our three awesome characters. This is session 6, Edge of the Empire Fantasy Flight game. Original content. This is my story, but I'm gonna go around. Everybody can introduce themselves and they can give their names of the characters and maybe a little bit about them, since we're gonna kind of hop right on in. Starting with Daniel. I do that every time.
Daniel Craig.
Every time when he's drinking.
So, hi, I'm Daniel. I'm back again after a long break to reprise my role as Quigley the Gank. Real quick, I do want to take a little bit of time to hopefully remind everybody to come and watch me play my new game on Sunday, Scion Second Edition, Session 0, where we'll get to know all the cool characters and everybody that are coming to play. So I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
see.
Make sure to pick up the co-written Scion supplement, something
Ooh.
Odin's on Drive-Thru RPG.
Stories
Ooh.
of Odin, you tool.
Did you write that, Mitchell?
I wrote like 2 of the characters in that. So Daniel, shut your face.
It's your book.
Definitely check it out. Daniel's an awesome GM, and I was super excited. He has asked me questions or like ideas for things, and I am super excited for those who get to play, and I kind of want to play, but I'm lazy and tired. So
Yeah, like
I love you.
I think because I am who I am, I'll probably pop up without telling him, and he'll have to include me in the story some way.
You're the Loki. You can be the Loki character.
Yeah,
the
I'm just like,
trickster.
bam, I'm here.
Oh, shit. Okay, moving over to James.
Hi, I am James. I am in the dark. I'm gonna fix that. Here we go. I play Cookie the Wookie. And that's really all there is to say about me.
Yeah. Next we're gonna do Mitchell.
Hey, I play Noah, a Maliki.
Malikian.
A Malikian, and he is a school teacher.
What's his weapon?
You know the dry erase board markers, non-permanent, of course. That is his weapon of choice.
Non-toxic.
Yeah,
Non-toxic.
I don't think it's actually done damage.
Yeah,
But-
I thought it was a stylus.
Oh yeah, it's a stylus. It's kind of like in movies when they don't keep like consistency throughout the whole film. Like earlier on, it was a
That's
stylus, and now it's a dry erase marker.
It's okay. I still don't know the name of the lead Zeltron. I still will never be able to pronounce it, even though I wrote it. So, as you can see, we are missing one of our players. They will hop back on whenever their time allows. I miss you, Jasmine.
I really
miss
think
you,
she's
Jazz.
just kind of like just waiting until you give her a lightsaber, then she'll come back.
I would, yes. If that's the case, Jasmine, if you ever watch this, I will give you a lightsaber immediately to come back because I love you and I want you to come back. Anyway.
How do I get one?
No.
Aw.
No. So real quick, we'll do our destiny points. So that's 1 white die roll. And going over, since it's been a while since we've all kind of touched the mechanics and everything, and we had some discussion on some rules for the destiny die. Whenever you use a destiny die, it will flip over to the opposite color. So white die will go to black, black will go to white. But the initial roll is where fate comes in. Starting with, we'll go backwards. Mitchell, have you rolled the dice?
I did. I got light side.
One light side. Okay, James.
I got one dark side.
Cool.
There goes the youngling.
They're expendable.
Yeah.
Daniel. Excuse me, sir. Don't you
I got I got 2 dark side.
Oh, girl, what?
Oh.
Talking about those younglings. Okay.
I know.
So you have one light side point amongst you to use. That is for the entire group. So you will need to delegate when you all want to use it or whatever. So since, like I said, it has been some time since we have gone into where we are, I want to do a little bit of a group recap. Starting from at least however where we started, just a little bit of detail to tell us where we are right now. I'm gonna start with Daniel. We'll just start at Rishi because that seems to be like the really good place for this. What has Quigley done while his time on this planet thus far? What has been his experience on this planet with his young Twi'lek apprentice friend? Who knows?
Shit. He has really, like, we really haven't done much. Like, Quigley has stayed at the ship a lot with Cookie, while Cookie was fixing Quigley, I keep almost calling him Salix. Quigley kind of stayed behind, you know, to watch over the ship, you know, and then he went to the feast, and then back to the ship, and then fought a giant kind of rancor thing.
Yeah. Yes. So you guys have been here for about a week. I think that was what I was aiming for, was about a week. At least 5 days of what we consider Earth days. Because time gets really weird in Star Wars, and I don't want to deal with that. So it's about 5 days. Mitchell.
Hey,
Let's talk about Noah. What was Noah's first thoughts of this planet? What did he want to do when he first landed here?
I mean, really kind of update his syllabus. It's been some time since he's kind of touched base with the, I guess, intergalactic standards of education. And while he's always been behind, he's never liked being this far behind. But nonetheless, he applied for a new job at the local population of living humanoids. And was getting really excited about possibly putting down his roots and taking care of kids again. Sadly, a ship got in the way, and he was going to go murder some people on that ship. But climbing's hard. Exercise is also hard. He was never a PE teacher, so yeah.
Yep. That's what you get for climbing up a mountain in the dark.
Without your Wookiee.
Without the Wookiee.
I do what I want.
So, as Noah and Belandi went up the mountain to try and get to the ship that they had seen previously that had caused a lot of, that looked like it was firing something into the planet, or at least onto the surface of the planet, something happened. Cookie, James, why don't you fill in what happened?
A big nasty monster thing came out of the woods and tried to eat everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for my personal
Sure.
headcanon, were they firing at the surface of the planet to try and scare it towards the village?
You don't know. Do you want to know? Yeah, you don't know as a character. You don't know.
I thought I was going to get you.
I will tell you outside a character, maybe.
Okay.
But for the purposes right now, you do not know. You do not know what the intention of them firing on the planet was. So yes, that is where we kind of left off. Although I want to point out that Cookie did have a wonderful flashbang shot that did change a large course because there was a couple different
And we
options.
saved Mitchell.
And
or
exactly.
Noah.
Well, Noah did not need saving. He had the stylist, and he was ready to go ham. Teacher ham.
He was ready to go off into the woods with the Rancor thing and do God knows what. And we saved everyone from that atrocity. Little Mickey and Rancor. What was it actually called?
It was a Moranger.
A Moranger. Little Mickey and Moranger hybrids running around on the surface of Rishi isn't going to do anybody any good. So
it's actually an ancient creature from the planet, but you don't know that. You do now. But okay, so we have. I'm going to do a little bit of a retcon, but not too much because I wanted to incorporate what happened. So as you know, for those just tuning in right now, Noah and Belandi kind of arrived as this monster, large, think Rancor sized creature, started terrorizing this small Zeltron community that our adventurers have been a part of and had a dinner and have been kind of staying with while they repair their ship. It happened in the middle of the night. The creature came in and was raging, and started to knock down buildings. And our party encountered it. Both Quigley and Cookie fired at it and managed to get its attention away from a lot of the buildings, including the main hall at the front of the village. And during that, Noah and Belandi, who had been scaling the mountain to try and get over it to get to a ship, managed to, get down safely off of the mountain and encounter it. Noah attempted to attack the Moranger, the beast, with a stylus. And as a DM, that was very funny. And managed to get grappled by the creature. And between being, a couple shots fired by Cookie and Quigley, we were kind of in a situation where the monster was about to either kill or at least run off with Noah. But
no. I mean, Noah would have taken these hands.
Okay.
And got ripped in half.
No.
But something that did happen. Belandi, as she stood watching as Noah was, grappled by this creature and Quigley was trying to fire shots, and so was Cookie. She managed to tap into something much larger. She tapped into the Force and managed to capture the gaze of this creature. So I want, from your perspective, this is the perspective that you would have. You see her and you see the creature kind of, eyeing one another and she, the eyes locked. And there is something that happens between the two of them. The area or the space between them seems to kind of go static, and you all have the sense, just an innate inside sense that time has almost stopped in that one split second where Belandi has made eye contact with this creature. And as the creature begins to ease up and stop its raging, that's when Cookie's ballistic or the flashbang goes off, and the creature will drop Noah and go off into the forest. So that is where we're kind of going to open up. I want you all to give me a perception roll real quick.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's see how we play this game again.
What is this?
It's only going to be only going to be 2 purple. That's it.
Oh.
2 successes, 2 advantages.
Okay.
2 successes, 2 threats.
Cool. Daniel? Nope, nothing? Okay.
Quigley's probably not even there. He wandered off a bit.
You can. But for those of you who did make the perception check, you notice that as the creature kind of goes lumbering off into the forest very quickly, it's obviously it's kind of scared at this point and it's done. It just wants to go. You notice that Belandi falls, that she drops to the ground in a rather large heap, kind of just like complete loss of body weight and everything. So the town right now is in shambles. There are some small fires much that you would, if something big had come crashing through and had destroyed some of it, or some stoves or something like that. Little things are catching on fire, but the main hall is still there. And at this point, some Zeltrons are starting to peek out, and you will see Kaiza, the leader of the Zeltrons, move forward and kind of step out to be the first to investigate the damage and make sure that everything is safe. So,
I think Cookie is still pretty much pulling themselves out of the rubble. After being tossed into a, I believe it was like a house or a building.
I
got wrecked pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Tossed.
Quigley, what are you doing?
He went and he has Jen and Bit with him right now.
Did he go? Okay. Did he go back? Because they stayed at the ship, right?
Did they?
I think so. I think that they stayed at the ship because that was a thing where they could have stayed at the village or gone to the ship, and I believe they stayed at the ship. So
that's a hike for that too. So I guess he would start making his way to the ship, walking through what's left of the town.
Okay. The ship is from where you came. The village is not, well, okay. I forget exactly where you were positioned. So we'll say you were kind of like near the edge of the village. So there is some, from the distance, you all will hear the roar of the creature. I'm not going to do it. Coming from the forest where it just, where it's come from, where it's retreated. And it sounds further away. Like it sounds like it's in the jungle, but it still produces a loud roar. And this causes a couple of the Zeltrons to kind of look in that direction and shudder and kind of have to steady themselves as Kaiza kind of moves forward and moves over to Noah, who is just kind of right there, closer to him, and will assist you. Are you okay?
I kind of look down at my stylist, flip it, and put it back in my fanny pack. Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
That is good. Your friend, she'll kind of stop and look over to Belandi, and motion to her. She just fell. Do you know where the rest of your companions are?
I mean, I saw a Wookiee get thrown. Yeah, there we go. I don't know about that other guy. I think he just pussed out like a bitch or something, Quigley. I haven't really seen him. He's probably taking care of the children or something. I don't know.
She'll nod, and as soon as Cookie, calls out in Wookiee, she'll nod and move over to Cookie to assist them in getting out of the rubble and ask, kind of, are you okay? Are you injured?
Cookie just kind of shakes her off and does the like, no, I'm fine kind of body language, and kind of stares off in the distance in the direction that the monster went. Still trying to shake off that Wookiee rage and resisting the urge to like tear off into the trees after it. Like, come back and fight kind of thing, but not really. I know I'm gonna lose, but
yeah. You feel that pull. You feel definitely like the almost, you're a Wookiee. You kind of have that, almost predator like thing yourself, where you just watch something, chase, and you want to chase it, but you manage not to, for the simple fact that that this is a big foe.
Yeah, it's an easy loss.
But she will also mention your friend. She's over there. I think she might need help.
And we'll head over towards Belandi and start kind of checking her over.
You can do a medicine check if you'd like.
We can. Yeah, I will totally do a medicine check. Okay. What's the difficulty on that?
It's going to be 3 purple, 1 black.
Ooh.
It's a tough medicine check.
I don't think I have anything that can help me with medicine either. I think that Cookie is just going to try and do their best.
That's fine.
Oh, wow. 4 successes, 2 threats.
What did you even?
How?
What did you even? Okay.
So 1 black. Let me double check, make sure I've got my dice right.
Yeah, no,
1
fine.
black, 3 purple, and I have 3 green in medicine.
Mm-hmm. That's
so,
fine. Yeah.
4 successes, 2 threats.
Look at that. Jeez. Okay. So as you're leaning over her, Noah, did you stay by?
Yeah.
Okay. And Quigley, are you there? Are you went back to check on the children, right?
Yeah, he's currently walking.
Okay.
Because he didn't notice that Belandi fell.
Yeah, he did not.
So he's like, no reason to stick behind. But
no, that's fine. And you know that the kids might have heard this and might have, been scared by that. So that makes sense. But Noah and Cookie, Cookie is kneeling down next to Belandi, who is just lying there. You're able to check her pulse. She has a pulse. You're able to check her breathing. Her breathing seems okay. But you're not able to wake her up. You're not able to rouse her in any way. You have the feeling, though, that this might be tied to what you saw. Both of you, and all of you, really. What you saw has shifted something in you. There's the whole aspect of not having probably, and you can play off this as you will, never encountered a Force user before in your life, or at least an open one, or have seen somebody use it. But if you have, that's something else. Something in you knows that this was different, that something happened and you don't know what. But that is the sense that you get, Cookie, that it might be tied to that. So Kaisa will kind of, move over and kneel down next to you, Cookie, and kind of place her hand on Belandi's forehead and check her as well. And she just kind of shakes her head and says, I'm sorry, I don't know if there's anything we can do here. She may need to go to a medical facility off planet.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Just kind of like petting Belandi.
I don't know if the monster will come back tonight. They usually never come in this far. They stay in the forest. We knew of them. We knew that the stories. They're a creature. The Rishi used to call them the terrors of the night, essentially, in their language. But they have always stayed on the outskirts, and they've always stayed in the forest. I don't know why, other than
we saw a ship that might have scared it this way.
It might have, and that's a terrifying thought that I do not wish to contemplate right now.
Well, you should, because it might be reality. I mean, I always told my students, like, despite you getting an F, you should still look at it. Looking at your failure is how you change that F to an A.
And she'll nod and go, I understand and I respect your wisdom in this. You are very wise, Noah. I was inferring tonight. We have to make sure that your friend here lives through the morning to get her off of this planet. And she'll kind of look back to the rest of the Zeltrons who are starting to kind of like work out and or starting to move out and shift through the rubble and starting to kind of figure out what has been damaged. And she'll kind of nod and go, we will have to make a decision as a group as to what our destiny allows and where we are going to go if we are going to rebuild here.
Yeah, is that job still open?
She would kind of give like a little bit of a shrug and go, I apologize. I do not know what our destiny as a group is at this moment. We might leave or we might stay. That is what the question for this group is.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, I just want to be honest with you. I was looking at other prospects as well during my time here. Just so we kind of are on the same page. By the way, Cookie, have you seen Quigley? It feels like he always runs when there's like some sort of danger that's happening. You know?
Cookie lifts their nose to the air, sniffs a couple of times, and just points over the shoulder.
Yeah, let's get over there. We need to tell him, like, when danger shows up to not to run. Like,
Cookie just glares at Noah.
gosh. These young people
Kaizo-
these days.
Kaizo will kind of like look towards Cookie and kind of start to begin to pick Belandi up and motion for you. If you could assist, we'll get her into the hall where she can rest there.
Cookie effortlessly just scoops Belandi up, almost like one-handed. Just kind of like doop, up in the air.
Yeah. And you can go set her down.
But very, yeah.
You can set her down in the hall for right now or wherever you would like, since you're holding her. But the Zeltrons are all, most of them have kind of come out and have gone to their homes. Most of the homes are damaged at least, and about 4 or 5 are completely destroyed, completely leveled. Most have some sort of damage. The only building that has stayed just about fully intact is the city hall, thanks to your bravery and your awesome luck. So that is where their immediate concern is. It is very early in the morning. We're still talking, it's still dark outside. We're talking like 1-2 o'clock in the morning. I think I said it was closer to 2, but like very early in the morning. So the readiness to start to rebuild is not there yet. They know that they're probably gonna have to go to sleep for a little bit more, and then they'll assess everything at first light. Quigley, you're going back to the ship. When you get there, Red and Jen and Bits are like right outside the ship. They are all, awake, and you can tell that Red has been trying to keep the kids here as best as he can, because Bit and Jen are you see them first. You see them right at the edge of where the trail up to your ship is. So you'll see them right there, and you'll see Bit kind of, like jumping up and down and like trying to, get your attention. Are you okay? Is everybody okay? Huh?
Champing at the bit.
I guess Quigley would like kneel down and check her over, make sure she's okay before answering. He's like, I don't know if everybody's okay.
I'm fine.
I'm alive, and that means I've kept my end of the bargain so far.
Quigley, Noah, you'll start to, come up the side, but the Quigley got there first because that he had moved over to the ship first.
That butt always running.
Bit is fine, Jen is fine. There is no damage on them, but they're asking questions. They're, what was that thing? What was it? Did all the buildings get destroyed? What happened?
I don't know. Majority of them, I don't know. But both of you should be ready to leave as soon as possible. He'll look up.
Can we go down? Can we go down to the village? We want to see.
Go pack.
Jen will begin to kind of, be like, but I want to go see, but Bit will kind of like hold out her hand and be like, when are we leaving?
Soon. As soon as we can get the ship running, we might make a trip to the village to see where everybody's at, and if we can get Cookie to finish fixing the ship before we take off. But be good. Go pack. I need to talk to Red.
They'll look at one another, and Bit will kind of nod and go, okay. And she and Jen will go back onto the ship. Red will stand up and move towards you after hearing, his name, and kind of, in a lower voice, will say, what happened?
Well, the barragement must have spooked something, or just the forest had it out for us, but the village was attacked by that giant lumbering thing that came through, and not much of it's left.
Not much of the creature?
No, not much of the village.
I was going to say, there's not much left of the creature. That ship has nothing to. There's nothing you need to worry about. But no, that's worrying, troublesome. I will go down to the village, see if there's anything I can do. Where's Blondie?
Presumably back with the rest of them.
Okay.
As soon as it ran off into the forest, I wanted to check on the kids to make sure, since everything happened so suddenly.
No, that was a good idea. No, they were kind of motioned back to the ship. They wanted to, run down there. I did my best. Bit's got a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah, that's and a thirst for danger. Don't forget that.
She gets a little bit older, if she ever has eyes to be in the rebellion, she'd make a good pilot.
Quigley will just kind of like stare him down, like even though you can't see any of his face, like he's just kind of like intently like glare with as much malice as possible.
Why don't you give me? I'm gonna do a roll here for that. I don't know what I want. Let's do a charm. I want to do a charm.
Charm. We don't really have presence, right?
It is off of presence, and that's
seduce them.
Seduce.
There's no really like intimidate. We don't have an intimidate in this, so that's going to be kind of the.
It's called strength brawl.
It's just 2 purple.
Just 2 purple.
Tell that to the Wookiee. tell the Wookiee there's no intimidating.
Yeah.
None.
1 success.
Okay. As you start to kind of really give him the dagger eyes, and it kind of he sees the change in your facade, he'll just kind of nod and walk off like that. He understands that that is not a subject to breach, and he'll begin to walk down the trail. Noah and Cookie, were you guys coming back up to the ship after you dropped off Blondie, or where you guys go?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good.
Okay.
I think that would take some convincing on for Cookie to head back to the ship. But I think once Blondie was like safe and in the hands of like the village healers or whatever, then yeah, Cookie would definitely make back to the ship and try and finish those repairs as fast as possible.
Okay. Yeah, in the sense that you get is that Blondie is safe here, as long as the creature doesn't come back. That they'll, she's safe here. And that at any point, if you wanted to take her back to the ship, that was, they're not holding her or anything, essentially. That was just the closest place that they knew of that she could rest and hopefully regain consciousness. But as you and Noah start to head back up to the ship, Kaiza will kind of stop both of you and go, I understand that you are very eager to leave, and there is absolutely nothing holding you here. I don't expect you to stay any longer than what you intend to. I just ask that if you do leave, or if you do want to leave immediately as soon as possible, that you could possibly, if in your travels you're able to get to Nar Shaddaa and get communication there, and she'll kind of pause. There's a pause that she's obviously holding back something. There's something that she doesn't, is having a little bit of trouble trying to articulate. I have a friend there that assisted us leaving from that planet. Most of us, as I said, came from Nar Shaddaa. If you could just give them a message for me, I would be most appreciative. I don't have, we don't have much to offer for this, but I can give you
just a message, right? That's cool. Just chill. What is it? Or do you have did you write it down?
I will get you the data pad, and you
Okay.
can give it to them.
Cool. Yeah, it's no problem. Wait.
Okay.
Who are we delivering it to? What's the name? Like address?
She'll kind of look to the side, and she'll say, his name is Coulson. Colson.
Phil?
Yeah,
Is it Phil?
it's not Phil.
Does he have a last name? Because like, how many Colsons are on that planet?
she'll kind of laugh and she'll go, well, if you go to the right district, then the name should suffice. You should be able to find them.
Am I gonna get jumped?
She'll kind of laugh and go, have you ever been to Nar Shaddaa?
Nah, why you keep laughing? You like make me uncomfortable.
Noah, you're a smart guy. Why don't you give me some sort of roll for that? You might know something about it. Let's go for
big quest.
Let's go for some sort of end roll. Let's do lore. Let's just do lore. Astrogation is more for planets, and core is not actually a core planet. So
out of character.
Yeah.
Isn't that where the Ganks are from?
They are. There's a lot there. I forget offhand if that's where they're from, if that's where they originated.
Like
maybe.
They serve the huts, right?
Yeah, it's a well, we'll find out.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 2 purple, 1 black.
Ooh.
Like, where's Quigley when you need him for this
one? It's a wash.
It's a wash. Okay. So you're not quite, you've heard of the planet, and having been on TIG for a good period of time, you understand the planets and things, or space stations that have a lot of traffic. So you know it as a place outside of the Empire. Like it's not a core planet. It's outside of everything. And it's kind of you're familiar with it as just like a gangster's paradise, like some like thing rich, kind of sleazy underworld people go to spend a lot of money. Like it's a cool kind of planet outside of all of the jurisdictions. But that is it. That is all the extent that you know.
It's like I keep trying to think of something, but Gangster's Paradise keeps going in my head.
Yeah, right.
Mine
too, as soon as he said it. Can I say that Quigley was he got the kids like packed and walking with Red back down to the town?
Yeah, that's fine. And you can encounter this group because they were, just about heading up. So you can encounter them at this point if you would like. Red, yeah. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Mitchell?
Hi, Quigley.
Where's the doctor?
Oh, Belinda?
Blondie?
Blondie. Yeah.
Wookie smack.
Ow, God.
I take it. He takes 5 points of damage.
Oh, God. That's all mine.
I only took 4 for getting tossed into a building.
He has like negative strength.
I had somebody take 4 damage from a spoon recently, so I took
yes.
Yeah.
Apropos.
She's like knocked out somewhere back there. I think it had something to do with like, I don't know, whatever weird thing she did to that creature.
Is she in danger? Does she need
I don't think so. They said if the thing ever came back, she might be, which makes me think they might just toss her to him. But
Kaisa's like right there, just like no. It's just we were concerned that she'll kind of turn to Quigley. She's at the hall. We just put her there for right now because that was the closest place. If you want to take her back to your ship, please, by all means. We're not holding her. We're hoping to maybe give her something to drink to maybe wake her up. She seems to be unconscious right now. You're welcome to go visit her. And at that point, Red will kind of nod and kind of start heading in that direction. He doesn't say anything, but he'll start to head in that direction.
Red, this is your fault, man.
He'll kind of turn around and I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry that I have burdened you with this. As he's continuing to walk, he's like, no, I'm sorry. I just want to check on her. Okay.
Don't be weird.
Cookie walks towards the ship.
Okay.
Quigley, we had this epic fight with this large beast.
I was there, Noah.
Yeah, I didn't see you.
Do you think laser shots just come out of nowhere all the time?
I didn't see any laser shots, so I don't know. Me and Cookie took it down though, so
Oh, right. All
Yeah.
by yourself.
yeah, don't worry
All by
about
yourself.
it.
It had nothing to do with the probable force power that Belandi used, right?
Okay, force powers can't be scientifically repeated over and over again, so let's not throw them into the equation, okay?
You
You
do
can't
realize
blame
that
everything on force powers.
not everything is for. Is this how you teach your students? Just
Are you on the educators board?
are you on the educators board?
I was the only member.
Are you Noah? Are you even a teacher?
I am certified in most space stations.
Certified.
Most space stations or just outer rim space stations?
I mean, outer rim space stations. The entryway is definitely lower than probably the inner space stations, and certainly the inner planets. And
Say no more. So, what?
So Noah's the equivalent of the like country schoolhouse teacher in 2020.
Yeah.
You just every subject.
Every
up to,
subject,
like, a
every
grade 8.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how you harvest wheat, y'all.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
at that point, you're expected to have your own trade and go off and not be a person. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like Googling shit halfway through class, like, what's iron again? I don't know. What is this?
So Kaiza will kind of, speak up, as you guys are talking, kind of go, I don't know what you all saw, but I'm sure there's a more logical explanation than the Force. That's,
Yeah, that's stupid, Quigley.
but I don't know. I didn't see it. My people are going to try and get some last couple of hours of sleep before dawn, and then I think we have a decision that we will have to make, like I said. But we are going to also keep some scouts out tonight just to make sure that if this thing comes back, we get first notification, and we can move your friend or move the rest of our people if it should attack again. So we should hopefully be okay for the rest of the night. You're welcome to obviously stay at the hall. It's of course very crowded. You probably will want to stay at your ship and get your repairs. Yeah.
So.
Quigley will pick up Bit and Jen, and he'll kind
Did
of.
they come? You went back down to the village. Did they come with you?
Yeah, no. He like now that danger's passed, he's like, you're with me, because I don't know if there's more of those things, but
okay.
But he'll pick them up, and he'll be like, you should really consider Belandi's offer. We will hold true to what she asked. If you would like to accompany us to our next stop off this planet, we will honor her request. But with the Empire being here, along with whatever that was that wrecked your village, you should probably not stay here.
She nods.
Yeah, like, we can go to space. Stop letting your village get wrecked.
She'll nod, and I will not leave my people, and I do not leave anyone behind. And for a fact, and Cookie, will know this as well. There's not enough room on your ship for all of them. Your ship can handle quite a bit, but it's just not enough room for all of them. And you don't know if you have the fuel. More importantly, the fuel. There's a fuel thing with it. That the more you carry, the more fuel is exhausted, and you already have a finite amount of fuel that Cookie is working with, and there is no fill-up station nearby. Essentially, there's no
Exxon, man.
Exactly, there's no Exxon.
We let them like drill in the water.
In the first place.
Huh?
This is how Cookie got stuck here in the first place.
Exactly.
Fucking Exxon.
So, she'll kind of nodding, and I'm going to go back and gather my people, and we're going to try and get some sleep for the rest of the night, and we will convene in the morning. Please let us know if you need anything, though. And she'll kind of give a small nod and bow, and we'll start to head back to the main hall.
Quigley will walk to the main hall to pick up Blondie.
Okay. Cookie was going back to the ship. Noah, what are you doing?
I just probably hang out with the kids, tell them awesome ghost stories, stuff like that.
The Bit and Jen or the Zeltron kids?
Zeltron kids.
Okay, most of them are kind of asleep, or they're, if they're awake, it's like, again, it's about 2
If
a.m.
they weren't before, they are.
Yeah,
when
I'm
they
like,
start telling
hey,
the story.
I won't have much time with you guys, so you guys want to hear an awesome ghost story? I usually do this kind of at the end of my engagement. Hey,
The kids that are up are a little bit older, and they're kind of helping their parents, look through house rubble and stuff, and they're a little bit busy right now. They have some other thoughts. They have some other concerns on their plate right now. But they're still kind of, if you do want to, go over to them, they'll come up to you and ask, are you gonna stay?
Sadly, it doesn't sound like it. Teaching jobs are kind of difficult, and I need to make sure I get paid.
Quigley's walking by with Blondie in his arms, like, no, he's staying. And he just walks on
Hold
by.
on, I'm coming. I got a cabinet in there that's kind of mine.
Okay, before you actually before you get into that, Quigley, real quick, I'm going back to Cookie. So you get up to the ship. Ship is fine. Ship is just where you left it. Nothing has been touched. Everything is going good. So are you going to hop right back into fixing stuff, or are you going to take a little rest, or what you going to do? You are a little bruised and battered. You feel a little sore. This,
Definitely gonna sit down and like take a breather and kind of collect for a second, see where my pit droids have gotten off to, if they're still working or if they've started doing more damage than good, as they tend to do sometimes.
Okay.
And kind of bandage myself up. Nothing is more like bruised or singed than it ordinarily would be.
Mm-hmm. As you're starting to patch yourself up, your background, you have a very interesting background.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever encountered a Force user before?
They are not unheard of among Wookiees.
They are not.
But before Cookie left Kashyyyk, I don't think that they ever personally encountered a Force user.
Mm-hmm.
But the stories are out there, and it's something that is just known and believed among the Wookiees.
Yeah, and your prior employment.
They have like a strong spirituality to them, so yeah, they absolutely believe in the Force, and it's one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what that was.
Yeah, and that is the
Peter
sense.
Gabriel's "In Your Eyes" is playing in the background.
That is the sense that you get with this, and having been close with Blondie and having been around her for the limited time that you had, but like you're able to get the sense that there was more to her. Yeah, there's more to her, that she that there's a connection to that concept.
Yeah, I don't think Cookie would be surprised at all with that coming from Blondie. Like, it was one of those things of like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of awe to it, like maybe a bit of disbelief, like it couldn't be, but definitely, well, maybe.
Their Cookie's previous I don't want to say employment, because I don't employment. Yeah, their previous employment. There is, how do I say, a great sense, even your specialization, and you were obviously a mechanic person.
Mm-hmm.
You are a mechanic Wookiee. I don't want to say person, you're a Wookiee.
Wookiees are people too.
They are. I think they would actually be offended by that. They'd be like, no, I'm a Wookiee, goddammit. I'm better. And you are. Having worked with the employer, quote unquote, that you did, you also know that this is not good. This is not good for trying to stay low and under the radar, or at least in terms of
oh yeah, because other Force users would be able to feel that. theoretically.
You don't know.
Maybe maybe out of character. I know that. That's more player knowledge than character knowledge, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know Cookie. Like what their experience with their employer had been. They might know a little bit more than at first, and then this is like as you're thinking, like as you're really trying to rack your brain about this subject that you're not very familiar with, and you might have heard a little bit about. But just to set it for you,
half legend and folklore and a half speculation, and you never know what's true and what's rumor and what's what's just flat out made up. And but yeah, it definitely seems to match up with some of the things that Cookie has heard, but I don't think that Cookie has any like firsthand experience with Force users at all.
Okay, well, that is something to keep in mind as you progress. So going back to Quigley, you're heading back into the hall where Belandi is. When you get in there, you'll walk in and there's numerous Zeltrons, there's like a lot of little bedrolls type thing along the side, and along the middle where your the feast has been now converted kind of just with little bedrolls and cots and type of stuff to house everybody. And towards the center, there's a bedroll and Belandi is laying there, and there are two Zeltrons kind of like leaning over her and attending to her, just putting a rag over her forehead and everything, and trying to get her to drink some water and that stuff. But you also do see Red. Red is there, and he is kind of like leaning over her and kind of looking through pockets type stuff.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
As he's doing that, coming up behind him, let me check something real quick. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Quigley's going to grab him by like the scruff of his neck, and just kind of squeeze, because his hands are like the mechanical.
Yeah.
So just kind of like squeeze, and you'll hear like the gears like tighten around like the back of his neck as he's pulling him backwards.
Okay. He'll yelp. He'll as soon as you start to clamp down on the back of his neck, he'll go, stop. I'm not doing anything.
Then why are you running our doctor's pockets?
I'm not. I'm trying to find.
He's going to fling him back. Like, try to make sure he doesn't hit any Zeltrons, but he's going to.
He pummels into
Nail
like
the
5
kids.
kids. Yeah, pummels into 5 kids. Goodbye, younglings.
Get me the sand.
It's youngling bowling.
Youngling bowling. You'll do that. He doesn't doesn't offer any. He goes flying back. He'll land hard against the wall and kind of God damn it. I'm looking for the chip. I'm looking for what I came like why I'm here. I'm looking for that. She had it last. I need that.
As like he scoops her up, he's going to stand and look at him like again with that same look as earlier.
Mm.
It's like, if you're gonna get your ass to that ship, is what you're going to do, or we're gonna leave you on this planet and you won't have any rendezvous with anybody.
He'll try to to get up, and you don't understand. It's already we have already spent too long here. We need to get this. I need to find it. She had it last. I don't know where she put it.
As he's talking, Quigley is gonna like kick the side of the wall next to his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't understand. This is no longer a question or a request. Get your ass to the ship, or I'll put a bolt in you without thinking.
The Zeltrons in this hall have all either woken up or have fallen silent, and they're watching this. Like, you got a whole bunch of eyes on you.
Oh, right. No.
Yeah. Excuse me. And he'll kind of just stand there, or kind of, he's kneeling actually. He's kind of just starting to get up and just kind of, if you can find where she put that chip, if you can find where she put it, that's all I want. That's all that I care about. That's all that I want.
Red. Go.
He'll kind of dejectedly nod and move off. He'll leave the hall, heading back towards the ship.
Right. Quigley will like wait. He'll apologize. I'm sorry for all that. I didn't mean to wake anybody. Have a good night, and we leave you in peace. He'll just kind of like usher out. Like then as he's walking by Noah, we're like, no, he's staying.
Hey, wait, what? No, I'm not. I got a cabinet. We got a cabinet seat.
All right. So,
As they're walking, I want to like make it clear that when Quigley's up close behind Red, he's like, there's a time and place to ask for something, and in a village full of people that are easily interrogated is not the place. Now, if you say you're part of the Rebel Alliance, then why don't you act like it and stop putting your business out there for everybody in the world to know?
he'll just kind of, shake his head. I wasn't putting my business out there. I was trying to find the one thing that might actually turn this war in our favor.
Time and place. I was literally picking her up to bring her back. You were trying to steal, or
I was not trying to steal. It belonged to me. She took it.
you were rifling through an unconscious woman's pockets.
I was trying to find it. I was trying to find something that belongs to us, that belongs to me, that you took, that all of you, she took, and you have no, and he'll just keep, there's so much that he wants to say and so much, like fervor in him, but he knows that you could beat his ass at this point. So he's, exactly, like, he is trying so hard to keep his own cool, and knowing that, like, if he doesn't, everything is like gone. It's out. If he dies, then this ends here. So he will just kind of, you just don't understand. Going back to the ship, doing what you're
looking around. Is Noah following them, or is he still in the village?
I mean, if y'all going up, it's night, so I'll probably go on up to the ship with you guys.
Okay, so he will be, near you guys, at least within voice distance. So you're overhearing a little bit of this, Noah, as they're walking, and you kind of are getting the gist of maybe something that happened that you didn't see. But if there's nothing else, you guys return to the ship with unconscious Belandi. It's, closer to 3 at this point. There's still time to sleep if you want to. The kids, Bit and Jen, have, gone back to the ship with you. Actually, have they?
Oh my God.
I'm be some kind of, like, you're going to see some kind of distraught gang if like, he looks around like, where are the kids? Where drops Belandi?
Like, you said you had him.
Good.
Looking around frantically, might murder Red on the spot. What did you do with my kids?
Poor Red. This Rhodian.
He's taken so much abuse.
Yes, he has. This has been a tough journey for him. No, give me a perception roll, Daniel. Quigley. 2 purple. That's it.
Daniel Quiggles.
I got 2 threat, 1 success.
Okay.
So I get in trouble somehow.
You do. So what, as you take Belandi back to the ship, and you kind of secure her and, put her in the cabin that she had been staying in, or at least where she had been sleeping previously, you go and you realize that you don't hear Bit or Jen. So you go, where would you check first? What would you do?
First things first. Quigley has a little bit of faith in Bit, that she is she has a good head on her shoulders. Mm-hmm. So first thing he's gonna do is he's going to look for the chip.
Where are you looking?
On Belandi. Everywhere. He is very professionally taking attempts to look at this, and he is looking everywhere.
Okay. I won't make you do a roll for at least checking her, like her person and her room, because you're going to spend a little bit of time doing that. So as you're checking, you do find the we're calling it a chip. It's a disc. Moving on, like movie.
I'm picturing like something this size.
Exactly,
but...
like
MacGuffin.
yeah, it's the MacGuffin.
MacGuffin.
No, it's the chip.
I love
Whatever.
that.
You do find it. It is on her person. She did keep it. It is within a belt or like a robe or something, and you do find that. So that is, you have that.
All right, and so he will take it, and
Okay.
He'll lean down real quietly next to her ear, and he'll whisper like, "Have faith in the Force," and then he'll get up and he'll walk out, because like that, like he's definitely part of subscribes to the religion of the Force.
Really,
Oh
as
my
a
gosh.
gang,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You're
know,
weird.
right? Well, he also
Weird.
spent a lot of time being like running away from the huts.
Yeah, what is this? I mean, like when you, like how you went into it a little bit with Cookie, but let's go into a little bit with you. When you, well, excuse me. You saw the Force, so you just didn't see her drop. What is your experience with it? What is your interpretation and understanding and history with this, concept that a lot of people kind of put a lot of bunk in? It's which is so weird because it's like only been 20 years or so since
Right.
fall of the council essentially, and it's like, oh, it doesn't exist. Ugh, crazy wizard ways.
I mean,
Space
after
wizards.
I mean, look at the news recently in America, and it just kind of makes sense.
Well, I mean, people don't believe true stuff all the time.
Yeah,
That's it, yeah.
Is that what
Right?
science
What are
says?
those?
That man, that's not what is that's not happening.
But
Lives don't matter. What?
Mhm.
No.
in Quigley's travels, since he's planet hops so much, and the like he's seen the Force before, and so he went like he was without giving too much of his backstory, right? He has like been intimately involved with Force users before, so he knows what it looks like, and
Intimately?
he subscribes fully to the religion, like of belief,
You're a believer. Yes.
even
And
though he
yes.
tries not to like let that out
Yeah.
ever.
You know that if you've let it out, like in the past, anytime that it's mentioned, people give you like scoff at you. They're like, "What the hell are you talking about? Like, I thought you were a smart guy. Like, why you?
Right.
That's you're an idiot." But yes, having seen what Blondie did, literally the only logical explanation is that she is a Force user. Take that for as much or as little as he would, as Quigley would. So, yes, you leave her cabin, and where are you looking? You're still looking for your kids. Find your kids.
Right. So the last
Quigley
time
has
he
a wife.
remembers is that they were in the village with him.
Mhm.
So no, I couldn't have gotten it. I'm gonna let y'all know next time we get a station where we can buy some stuff. I'm buying some infrared goggles.
Yeah, I haven't spent credits yet.
I know.
Need to.
But so he's just kind of walking back out, and he's like on his way out to the like I guess where Cookie would be working. He's like, "Have you seen the kids?"
Would I have seen the kids?
No, they haven't come back to the ship since you've been here, since you've kind of been in your thoughts and everything. They have not been there. The last time you probably would have seen them would have been maybe when Quigley was going down in the village as well.
That would be the answer. Last time I saw him, they were with you.
He's gonna like run out the door without hesitating and just start screaming for Bit and Jen.
Okay.
If he's still like within flapping distance when he starts to scream, Cookie would like walk up, grab the scruff of the neck, and like big Wookiee paw over the mouth, and just like pointed stare. What is wrong with you? Like points out to the woods ominously. Like
you are in grasping, or like you're able to get up and do that if you would like.
Yeah,
so,
like finger, and then we'll gesture to like I'll help you look for them.
Choke
so
them out.
Cookie's gonna help like Quigley look for Bit and Jen, but quietly.
That was the cutest sneeze, Mitchell.
All right, we're moving past it. We're moving past it, okay?
No,
we're moving past it. Let's just go past it.
Let's go back on that.
No.
Noah was trying to be quiet for the sake of the monger. He's trying not to.
You're
sneeze
so
and
in
distract
character,
the
man.
monster.
You're so in character. I love it.
Method, man. He's method.
So method. So, but speaking of Noah, as Quigley has gone out and yelled, and then Cookie, rushed over to quiet them. You would have heard this, Noah. You would definitely have heard the scream or calling out from Quigley for Bit and Jen. What you doing with that?
Oh my God! I gotta save Quigley's ass on everything, and I'll go in search of these young kids who obviously need a teacher.
All right. All right. So. Once again, this is early in the morning. You are searching. Where are you searching? Where are you guys going?
Towards the village.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all can give me some perceptions.
I'm like little children.
Perception game.
Where you at?
Got some
Chris.
3 purple, 1 black, and 1 red.
Holy
oh my God.
crap,
for sauciness. It's for
sauciness.
sauciness.
I need to give you something.
I got 1 advantage and 1 despair.
Okay.
I got 1 threat and 1 despair.
Lord, okay.
I got 1 failure, 1 threat.
We're
God.
good at this.
Y'all great. Can
Can I use my pit droids to try and find out? Like, can they help at all? Can we just form a search party?
They will. I mean, they'll do whatever you want them to do. So if you need them to do like a little, like to be your flashlights or something, as you're looking around and trying to find something, they'll do that. That's not a problem. But they're not going to assist you in this role right now.
No, I think I would rather them, like, as long as they're not actually actively causing damage to the ship, I want them to stay where they are.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They can, they're chilling out in the ship. That is fine. So with that perception, that horrible perception, you're not sure. You are not sure. The Zeltrons that are, kind of still picking, that are still up and are still trying to pick through their homes, they're kind of going like, we haven't seen them. We're concentrating on this. We're trying to maintain our own kids. I haven't seen them. You, Quigley, are you've tracked people before, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've done this, you're doing all the kind of things that you know what to do. And Cookie as well. Although it's not your specialty, you grew up a Wookiee, you grew up on Kashyyyk, you've known how, you know how to track something.
I've been down to the dark places, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. You both, with your kind of combined effort and with Noah's wonderful sense of fauna, we'll say, you'll think that maybe there are some indentations that's looking like it went. They went down the same path that the monster went.
Oh my God!
But you're not sure. You don't know if this is, it's really hard to track. It's the jungle, this thing, crashed through. It's really hard to track, and it's night. Like, you're not able to kind of really get a good sense, but just having done this before, you think maybe you see footprints their size, or or branches having, or leaves having been tossed or changed in a way that you think they might have gone down there. So that is what you're able to discover. It's like I said, 3:30 at this point. Morning is starting to seem ever so close at this moment.
I think Cookie would kind of motion to Quigley and Noah to like go back towards the village and see if they've gone that way, and I'll go the way that the monster went and see if I can track them that direction. Let's split up and see if we can cover more ground that way.
All right, yeah, sure.
And Cookie is going to head that direction very quietly, and very stealthily.
I was gonna say, give me some stealth rolls. Yeah.
Wookie in the woods, baby.
Wookie in the woods.
He's
What's the
wookieing around.
negative for the stealth rolls?
What is my...
Yeah. We're gonna make it 3 purple, 2 black. No reds for right now.
Yes! Sorry. 3 successes, 1 threat.
Oh, good. That makes up for your horrible perception.
Quiet Wookie. Wookie in the woods. I'm a leaf on the wind.
Wookieing around.
I got 1 success, 1 threat.
Okay. And you're following Cookie into the woods, right?
Yeah, or the direction that he had pointed for Quigley to go in, because we're splitting up to look for them.
Okay. All right. So for Cookie and anybody who's going into the following kind of the path of this monster or this thing, you were able to do it stealthily. Luckily the forest offers some dampening of sound. So normally, if you had been on like a tiled floor or something, normally your footfalls are very, you hear them. The jungle offers a little bit of cushioning for that. You're able to navigate, and you have lived in a natural setting before, so you're able to go following this trail of destruction. However, the footprints that you saw kind of maybe in the beginning, it's really hard to track them in here. You're not sure if you're seeing them, and you're not sure if they're recent. It's very hard for you to kind of see where if this is the correct path or if they came down this way. How far would you go, Cookie, until you either stopped and turned around, or just stopped in general?
I would say Cookie would probably stop when the tracks were impossible to follow.
Okay.
Wouldn't go much further into the woods or into the jungle without evidence that was the direction that the kids went. And as soon as I lost the trail, would turn around and try and rejoin the group.
Okay. Noah and Quigley, what are you guys doing? Where are you guys looking?
I mean, just spreading out and looking around. Kind of.
You're staying closer to the village, though, right, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay. You are able to find something. Jen's jacket. Jen's jacket is laying over a small pile of kind of stones that were knocked over. It looked like it might have been like a little fence or something, a little, knee-high fence along a house. But the rocks have been crumbled. So you find her jacket laying over top of that.
I pick it up.
It is not, you're able to, I'm not going to make you do a perception check, but it is not torn and is not bloody. It's nothing. It just looks like a jacket was laid over the rocks.
Hello? Kids?
You don't hear anything.
Damn it. Well, maybe I'm on the right track. And I'll start looking around the area.
Okay. Quigley! Where are your babies? Where are your babies?
Oh, he's getting kind of frantic at this point. He's gonna kind of like pick up the pace and moving on, like along the side of the trail that he was following in the beginning, hoping to find something.
The trail back to the ship, or the trail where like the monster came from?
With like in the direction that him and
Cookie
had that
okay.
Into.
Okay. I want you to give me. What do I want you to give me? I want you to give me
money.
Yeah, that'd be great. I really like that. Give me a perception. I want a perception. It's going to be easy. It's going to be just 3 purple.
All right. I'm going to use that force point.
Y'all okay with that? That is your
Totally
group
okay
first force
Yeah,
point.
he can use the dark side point. That's it.
Yeah, no, I think that's appropriate. Sure.
Oh,
What'd you get?
Triumph and an advantage.
Ooh, cool. So I'm going to explain it to you a little. I'm going to explain what you find, and then you can explain to me how this looks like or how Quigley would respond to this. So as you're looking and you're kind of following, paralleling Cookie, and you guys know each other are there. So if you hear the twig snapping over by where Cookie is, you know that's not the monster. It's just Cookie. You're going a little bit kind of further. You go down a little bit of a hill. Cookie has kind of stayed along this, more straight path, the path. Even, we'll say even, heading towards, the mountains range and everything. And you kind of have gone down a little bit off into a gully. As you're looking through and you have, your little flashlight, you're looking through the brush and looking for any sign of footprints or just, broken twigs, clothing, anything that you could possibly think that would indicate that they were there. You kind of are scanning the ground, and as you do so, your light, the beam of your light catches on a stone, and the stone is out of place. It's out of place from the rest of the jungle. And as you kind of, start to really look at it, the light, kind of continue on, and you realize that there's another stone, and there's another stone. As you take a step back and kind of, or turn your flashlight up all the way, if you do that, you're able to see that there are smaller stones that start to become bigger, and inevitably at the end you see the crumbled remains of two pillars. The stones don't look to be from this mountain. They're a different color. That's something you could tell right off the bat. I'm not going to make you do a perception. These look like almost sandstones. They're kind of more tan. The mountain ranges that you can see and that you're familiar with are gray and darker in color. These are a little bit brighter, and they're sandstone. That is what you find. So with that triumph, what do you do? This is something that you might not have encountered before. This is something that has this is maybe a first in your lifetime type thing. You've never, you don't know how old these are. You don't know what they are.
Right. But my kids.
So, you do not find anything that indicates that your kids went down this way.
Okay. I guess I'll try to loudly whisper for a cookie.
Chocolate chip or oatmeal?
No,
Snickerdoodle, motherfucker.
Hans doesn't want any. They killed Wes. That's our cult game.
Cookie's a snickerdoodle.
Trying to get his attention in some way to bring him over to where
Wookiee's got pretty good ears. I think that would be pretty easy if we're within that kind of range of each other.
Right.
Am I still muted?
No,
you're good.
I think that Cookie would probably still be in range to hear that.
You do.
Head that direction.
You do.
Okay with that, Alex?
Yep, absolutely. So as you kind of whisper to Cookie, and you make your way over. There's, if you imagine this is, a Star Wars movie, this is the scene where the camera keeps panning, and you get more and more sense of what is here.
Well, because Cookie would be higher up and coming down, so it would have a different vantage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get the bird's eye view of it. And Cookie, that just a couple yards away, a couple feet away, you didn't see any of this. This is this is so nestled in back in the jungle that it's not surprising that nobody knew or has talked about this before. But as you meet up with Quigley, you're able to see from their lights, and you're able to you use your lights and see these pillars or these stones, and you get the sense that these are very old. And that is just looking at them type thing. That is just when you see a really old stone.
Saying something.
Yeah. What you guys gonna do?
Quigley would kind of gesture to the stones and the like crumbled pillars and be like, "What the hell is this?"
Could I do like is there like a history check or anything that I could do to like maybe have some sort of idea of what this could be?
Yeah, there's a lore. There's a xenealogy.
Okay.
I also just realized there is an Outer Rim scout. I would have made you roll that instead, but that's in the past. We'll just do lore or xenealogy, whichever one. If you have any, you probably don't have any pips, but if you have either one, you can use that. Okay. It's going to be. Ooh, this is gonna be a really hard one. Sorry, guys. This is going to be. I'm thinking. 3 purple, 2 black. And I'm going to use one of my dark side points to bump this up. I'm going to make one of those. I'm sorry. So it's actually going to be 3 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
Don't you dare.
Oh, 3 failures.
Okay. You don't know.
Nothing.
If anything to fail, this probably would have been it. You don't know. Yeah, that's it. You don't know.
Can we like look around and see if there's any sort of like?
Absolutely. You can absolutely. Yeah.
Is there a treasure chest hidden amongst these ruins someplace?
Yeah. I want you both to give me a perception. Also, we're going to say, we'll retcon a little bit. We're going to just say that you guys have communications with one another. That you're able to, because this is the future. This is Star Wars. You have a comm.
Yeah, I've rigged the data pad for us all to communicate through the ship's telecommunications.
Your server on the ship, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can radio it.
Know if he's found anything for the kids.
I found a jacket. Did you guys find anything?
We found a treasure trove.
That doesn't sound real.
We found rocks. Pretty rocks, but we found rocks.
Should I head on over there? Is it worth me coming on? Like, what are we talking about here?
No, I think you should keep looking for the kids.
All right. Over and out. 10-4.
No, you don't need a teacher for this. You don't need anybody that might have had some education. This is great.
You're fine. You're fine.
I mean, we use the word teacher very loosely.
Hey, whoa. I don't like what you're insinuating there.
3 purple, 1 black for perception.
Oh, gosh.
I know, I'm doing a lot of perception. This is a perception-heavy session. Gonna have to deal with it. Perception, yeah.
I gotta wash.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 success, 3 threats.
Okay. Cookie, as you're going through...
Pull a boulder down on my head or something.
As you're going through, you're moving through, your flashlight, catches on the pillars, and you can tell that these pillars had been much taller at some point, but they have since been absolutely eroded and falling apart. They are crumbling, and the tops are gone. They're just kind of 2 sandstone-esque pillars. With vines like creeping all over them. But beyond that, you're able to see the what you can only think is the edifice or the side of the mountain. And has everybody seen The Last Crusade?
Petra? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly, Petra. Cool that you know that. Yay. So if you imagine Petra, Last Crusade, you see, something etched into the side of the mountain. That is what you see. You see something, and of course,
the beam of the flashlight just kind of like goes up and
goes up.
And up.
And yes, so as you're doing that, the elaborateness of the stonework is kind of what catches your eye as a mechanic. As somebody who builds something, you see these symbols, you see these markings, you see these pictures essentially carved out of this rock, out of the side of this mountain. And it's almost as if somebody had come through and chiseled it away, but then coated it with something so that it would match the color of these other sandstones. It's all kind of this one thing. It was intentionally put here, or is intentionally made. This is, and you from what you're gathering, this all the pictures seem to have humanoids, and it seems to be it uses a lot of shapes. There's a lot of circles and stuff, and it's nothing that you have seen before, and nothing that you're able to immediately kind of and like, oh, that's blah blah blah. This is nothing that you have seen before.
Do I have any way to, like, I don't know, take pictures?
Yeah, I'd say with
my data pad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, what's your plan?
I think the first thing would be to, like, if Quigley is not right next to me, you to do the whole come take a look at this, quietly, not to alert any mongers in the area, but then start documenting as much of it as possible and kind of beaming it over to Noah and be like, does any of this look familiar to you? Do you have any idea what this says?
Okay.
Maybe like uploading it to the server, I suppose. Like, definitely gonna try and document this as
like checking my data plan, like.
Yeah, do you zip it? It's a lot of data. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, like.
Oh, I've hacked the stream. You're fine.
So Noah, you get some pictures coming in from on your communication device, from Cookie, and they are
of him in compromising position.
I am okay with that. I like Wookiees. Exactly.
Wookie it up.
Shaved Wookie, not something you guys want to see.
No, no. I have a very fluffy cat. We have a very fluffy cat, and we're always saying we're going to shave him from the summer. I'm like, no, that'd be like a Wookiee being shaved. It's horrible. Don't do it.
Yeah, Wookiees are already naked. You don't need to worry.
Exactly.
Donald ducking it all the time,
Noah, you get these images, and they're dark, but you can see that the flashlights are on these things, and it's hard for you to tell from the first what these are. But give me, you're an educated person. Do you have anything in lore or xenealogy?
No.
God damn it! You're a teacher. The one thing I needed. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, give me one of those rolls. It's going to be 3 purple, 2 black. I'll give you a little bit of edge and not make it a red, just because you might have read this somewhere in a book.
Oh, wait, you said you used one of the dark side points.
I did,
right?
yes. You get a light side point. My mistake. Yeah, absolutely. You get a light side point back.
Does that let me? Can I re-roll?
You have a light side point if you guys want to use it.
Can I re-roll it? Because I didn't do well.
I'm okay with that if Daniel is.
Yeah, by all means.
Yay! Let's see what I got.
No, I get it.
4
Actually,
failures.
I think at that point's done. I forgot. 4 failures?
Yep.
Lord God. You don't know.
You're just like deleting them as they come in. Like,
oh, these are bad pictures.
I don't have that much memory left. What are you doing?
Okay, so really, what as you're getting these pictures, these are interesting. Yep. These are old. You have no effing idea what they are. Like, you're trying to really rack your brain. You're going to start to maybe even Google something, of things, like, man, no, you have never seen anything like with these symbols or with the pictures or with, these humanoids that you can kind of see the reliefs of. That's the word, reliefs of. But then you get the sense just through these pictures that these are exceedingly old. These are, we're talking thousands, maybe.
I messaged them back. It's old.
That's the message you all get. Thank you, Noah.
Just looking for duh.
The worst teacher ever.
Is there
or the best?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Is there any sort of like semblance of an opening or a doorway?
So, what it looks like is that it's kind of like an escarpment. That's a
Okay.
bonus word for today. So you can think that the flat looks to be, or the top looks to be flat. You
Okay.
think that maybe there's another level up to it. Like you think that there's maybe another portion that is just kind of above you. But you're not sure unless you investigate it. There's no doorway here. There's nothing.
Cookie looks over at Quigley with the shrug, like, should I go check it out?
I mean, we're already here.
All right. Wookie claws, baby.
Wookie
Yeah.
claws. Yeah, you can climb.
Cookie's gonna climb, just like scurry right up it,
Okay, I'm gonna give you a climb. Or
using those claws.
is it? I want to make sure I get. You're right. I think it's it's gonna be off athletics. It's climb, right? It's going to be.
Do my claws reduce the difficulty?
I believe so.
By
I think
a gazillion?
no. You wish. Are your claws a weapon technically? Yeah.
Technically, but it's against the Wookiee honor code to use them in combat.
Yeah, no. Okay, no. That will make your rolling much easier. It's going to be 2 purple, 1 black.
That is going to be 1 advantage, 1 failure.
Okay. So you are able to climb it. However, in the process of doing that,
I broke a nail.
you dig your claw into a little ridge in this stone, and it wasn't as sturdy as you thought, and it gives way, and it goes and it kind of hits another rock, and then hits another rock, and then lands. It's a little loud. It's a little Mines of Moria type of echo.
One of those like, oh.
Yeah. But
below.
yeah, quickly make a dodge, near die. You're able to get up to the top, no problem. So as you're going over, as your camera, your claws, reach the top, you push yourself up, and you get your flashlight, and you start to look, and kind of standing before you is a large dark opening. There's an archway. Very much continuing the same motif, the same ancient kind of feel of this, very Petra again. And the archway is squared, so it's like this, and then has a top. But around it, there are even more frescoes of detailing this. There is one specific above the door. It says "Speak, friend, and enter." No. Bonus points. I will give you 1 XP if you know what is the
How
word.
to say friend in Elven?
Yeah,
no,
what is it? What is it?
Hold
XP.
on, I'm Googling it.
No, you're not allowed to Google it.
Nope,
That's against the rules.
I
Nobody knows.
just read this like
Nobody knows.
a year ago.
Hold on, I'm almost done Googling it.
No, it's melon. It's melon. I always say melon, but it's melon. Melon. MEL.
I don't even have my Gandalf hat, and I'm still failing on that one.
That was also my first password for a lot of things. So, I don't want my dental insurance right now. Little Mitch, go away. So,
You fools.
yes.
Are there any sort of like vines or anything around that I can like lower down to help Quigley up?
Yes.
Because I
Yes,
don't
there
want to do
is.
this by myself.
Absolutely, there
I
is.
don't want to be up here by myself.
Cookie's a bit of a scaredy cat or scaredy one.
Oh,
Little bit.
just like my fanfic.
But
Yeah, so you're able to
that's why
find.
Cookie's a mechanic and not a warrior.
Yes. So you're able to find a vine. It's in the middle of the jungle. There are lots of vines. You're able to put it down for Quigley. Quigley, give me your athletics roll. 2 purple, 1 black. Assisted
Can
by
I use like brawn to like help pull him up or something?
Yeah, sure. Then it will make it only 2 purple.
Alright.
Yeah. You're getting a lot of Wookiee help.
Everybody needs a little Wookiee help every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. What'd you do?
Get a wash.
I got a triumph on the stupidest roll.
This is your triumph literally has led to this. Like this is you don't know yet. Okay. So how would you like? What cool maneuver do you do? Like you can have this whatever you
so
want.
Cool, Quigley.
Make this good. I don't care.
Doesn't even need the vine. Just uses his rocket boosters to come up.
Exactly. Like what?
He uses a spaceship.
So I forgot that I have a jetpack.
Only works this one time.
Open Fett, yeah.
No. He's just gonna, I guess, watch how Cookie did it in the footfalls that he used, and then just kind of use dexterity and agility on his way up. And as he just pretty much slings his sniper rifle over his shoulder, and then just gets a running start, and then just hops one side to the other, and just kind of he paid attention to how Cookie got up, so he's leaping from one foothold to the other and pulling himself up to propel himself to the top.
Cookie just glares at you.
It's like, Cookie, this looks really cool.
Oh man, you made this look a lot harder than it was.
Shove.
Shove.
Just one hand in the middle of the chest. Dude.
So you get up there as well. You get up to the even level. And after, your moment kind of haha, you turn and you see what Cookie had been faced with upon their arrival. The dark entrance of some sort of you don't know. You think maybe it's a cave? Don't know. It's dark. And along the door, you see the same frescoes. And now that you're both here, you can the top is unusual. The symbols and things above this are a little bit different than the others. So right above the door there are 6 circles, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then a circle in the middle. The top circles are not, they're just the outlines. The bottom circles are chiseled out. The middle circle has a symbol in the middle, but you're not able to quite discern what that symbol is. It kind of just looks like something crumbling away inside of that middle kind of disc looking thing. And that is what is on above this door. There are other shapes, the rest of these frescoes have other shapes and everything, but this kind of stands out as being some sort of marker or some sort of like, this is what this is, but you have no idea what it is. So
I'm taking more pictures.
Yep. And you can send them to Noah if you want. Yep.
So I can look at it like,
of images
what is this? I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm coming over. Like, be right there.
Kind of look to the into the cave with the scope of the rifle to try to see how far down into it I can see.
So from your as you're doing this, and we'll say that you kind of are staying here until Noah has a chance to catch up, but as you're looking through your scope, which does have night vision, you're able to just kind of track immediately. What you can see is, as you go in, there's a staircase that immediately drops, that just goes down, and you can see with your scope that the ceiling kind of is angular, and it goes down parallel with the stairs. And that's the extent of what you're able to see. You see that it goes down. There doesn't seem to be any sort of immediate chamber right inside or anything.
We gotta hook Quigley up with some thermal vision or something, man.
I have to get to a shop.
You got a mechanic.
I had it's like an upgrade in my.
Rip out his eyes and replace it with acorns.
Because all
thanks, Mitchell.
all of his stuff is cybernetic. That's games what they excel out. So that's an upgrade on one of my trees. I can just thermal vision. And I'm like, yeah,
that's awesome.
Do that.
So we'll say that you guys kind of take a short water break type thing to get Noah here. Noah, you're walking through the jungle. I need you to give me a stealth check.
Making my way downtown, walking fast. In my band. And I miss you. And I need you.
3 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah.
A little dangerous.
What is?
Little dangerous.
Okay, what'd you say again?
3 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
3 purple, 1 black, and 1 red. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right, I got 1 failure and 1 threat.
Excellent. That's great. That's excellent.
That's how I do it.
So as you start coming through the jungle, Quigley and Cookie, you'll hear someone walking. You'll just hear tree limbs breaking. You'll hear muffled grunts of somebody trudging through the underbrush of this jungle, and not doing too much to cover, their own voices and their own footfalls and breaths, and it's loud.
So
you're like
kind of
Loudish.
Cookie looks over at Quigley and is like, "Should we mess with him?"
Oh, yeah.
I'm like listening to the Bee Gees.
I'm going to attempt to aim the rifle at some like a branch and try to time it as he's walking to shoot the branch and have it fall and swing back and hit him.
You're gonna no, you can do that. I want you to make a ranged attack. It's gonna be 2 purple.
Oh.
I know, but you could still fail.
It's timing. Oh, Cookie is filming this, by the way.
Okay.
2 successes, 1 advantage.
Still sending pictures to Noah of this.
It's
Tell me what this looks like. Yeah, tell me what
Quigley's-
this looks like.
Quigley's aiming at something. I wonder what it is. Pans to the forest. Noah's got this live stream. Oh shit! What is he about to shoot?
It's like, what is this?
Quigley's taking his time. He's propped up on the rock, obviously from the high ground that he has. Watching, and he's counting. Looks up every few seconds. 1, 2, 1, and then he holds his breath, squeezes the trigger, and then all of a sudden, it would hit a branch, and just swing back perfectly, just square in his chest, sending him flying back.
You'll get a dodge. You'll get something. So give me a coordination roll
Oh man.
for this. This is kind of I'm bypassing the cool because you're not really. I guess vigilance would have been better, but I'm gonna make this do coordination because
He already said he was listening to the Bee Gees. He's not doing
You're right. His vigilance isn't there, so he is just moving off of seeing something happen, and how you're able to just you're able to dodge if you see something. So anyway, this is going to be 3 purple, 1 black. Mitchell.
2 successes, 2 threats.
Okay. So, as this branch comes swinging by you, while you're listening to "Staying Alive" from the Bee Gees, because they exist out here. Oh, you're listening to jizz. You're listening to a lot of jizz.
Filling your ears.
Thank you, George Lucas.
filling your ears with jizz.
Thank you, George Lucas, forever for that. So you have this branch. And it's you swing it. You're able to kind of dodge it, but it definitely kind of the branches snag you in your face a little bit. You're like, oh my gosh! The branch, after it misses you, kind of keeps going and knocks another branch off of a rather dead branch off of a tree, and both of them kind of go crashing down into the jungle floor. And it's a loud and any chance that you had of not being heard is probably in compromise. I'm not sure yet.
This is what happens when Belandi's not here.
Belandi, Jasmine.
Where's Mom when we need her?
Yeah, exactly. So yes, Noah, that's what happened. What's happening with you? What are you
Like looking around
Sorry,
like
bug.
Did y'all see that?
No, totally missed it. Hold on, let me take another shot.
No, don't waste the ammo.
Do you continue on, Noah?
Yeah, I'm just like
Okay.
bringing out
Alright.
my stylus, like just in case.
Do you help him up the escarpment?
Yeah, sure.
Are you gonna You gonna lower the vine again?
Over the same vine and,
All right.
and actually try and help him up.
Yeah. Give me your athletics roll, Noah.
No.
It's gonna. Yes.
No.
We did.
Up here.
Yeah. Since there are two people, it's just gonna be 2 purple.
Oh.
You got people helping you. On this.
Quigley's not helping.
Yeah, no, Quigley's.
Oh, Quigley's not helping. 2 purple, 1 black. You get a black. No.
Quigley's like kind of like looking down at the cave, like stairs. Like,
Are you
Yeah, don't
sure we
need to
want him up
assume.
here?
1 advantage, 1 failure.
Okay. You have some issues. And you hold on to the vine, and as Cookie starts to pull it, your hand, you're not expecting to weigh as much as you do.
Oh man, all that weight. Shouldn't be eating
Can
those
relate.
Twinkies.
Size planet. It's got a different gravitational pull. It's not my fault.
I know, right?
That's my excuse. I'm not
my
used to Earth's
excuse today.
gravitational pull yet. But anyway, you weren't ready for it, so you slip and it burns your hands a little, but it's more just like, ow, it hurts. But you'll be fine. Cookie, will continue to assist until you're up the escarpment, but you got some rope burns on your hands and they don't feel so good. But as you crest the lid or the top of this escarpment, you see what they have seen now, and even before approaching that, you're able to see these stones that they took pictures of and the relief of this motif. And now up here you see the same dark cavernous void that is before you, as well as the circle symbols above the doorway. And that is where you guys are.
Well, this is weird. Did our kids go into some creepy cave tunnel? I told them, man, avoid cave people. Your kids never listen.
yeah, no, I don't think they came into the tunnel.
Nope.
Well, whatever. I'll go and start touching these circles.
They're a little bit high. They're above the door.
Oh.
And the door itself is about, we'll say, 12 feet.
Yeah, I go over to the Wookiee.
Up, please.
Yay.
Like literally just like without effort, just like picks him up.
Okay.
I'm flying!
Now
Alright.
throw him off the cliff.
You're like, oh, oops.
Bye!
You like stand on my shoulders. I'm like 7 feet
Yes.
tall.
I can show you the world.
Actually, according to my character sheet, I'm 7'7". So if he's
Ooh.
standing on my shoulders,
You're
he's
Yeah,
so
go for
big.
it.
You're just a
Yeah.
big man.
You're with Cookie's assistance, Noah, sorry, you're able to get up to the circles and you're able to investigate them. They are rather precise. Looking at them, being the math teacher, you can tell that they are precise. These are like perfect.
I like look down. They're circles, guys. Perfect ones.
I drop him.
Take 5 damage. So yes, it was as I explained that the top ones are just the outlines of the circles, and then the bottom ones are carved out, so they're darker. The middle circle, Noah, is the kind of the more interesting one. It is, as you get up close to it, you realize that it is there's a circle, but then there's a smaller circle with some sort of emblem or some sort of like symbol. You're not quite sure what exactly it is. It's eroded, it's past. Do you touch it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you touch it, the stone will give way a little bit and your finger will kind of, go through, not through it, but like push it as if it were a button. It's the motion I'm using too. It's small. It's smaller. It's
Oh.
about that big. So it's, just kind of like that. But as you push it, I want everybody to give me a perception. Just 2 purple. Super easy. Don't fail.
I do what I want.
1 success.
2 successes, 2 advantages, 1 triumph.
Whoa.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, I gotta wash.
Okay. So you both would
Because
hear.
I've got a Mickey in my face. Oh my God.
You do. So you both hear the two people that succeeded. You hear after you and no after you push this, you hear almost kind of like bricks falling. It's an unusual sound. It's you wouldn't say it was like a rock slide or anything, because that's not what it sounds. It sounds more like bricks falling on a xylophone or something. Like it's my awesome sound effects. But it's coming from within this thing. It is coming from within whatever this structure is, deep within it. But as you do that, Noah,
What?
you got a triumph, right?
Yeah.
Got a triumph. All right. You're going to have a moment. And it's going to be this. All right. Noah, you have never in your life really questioned the outside parameters of what existence is in this galaxy. That's not something you really care about. This is, you're trying to educate the next generation. You're trying to get your roots settled into a place that you feel like is at home, and you can do what you do best, which is teach. Some would say, I don't know. But
That's debatable.
But this is cut out from your life. This moment right here is cut out from the rest of your life. This is as if you had touched an electric diode, and a live one, as you feel the sensation of, I don't want to say time. Time is a hard concept to say that you feel, but you suddenly feel as if time is the concept of it is gone. There just is. It just is. And in that moment, you're something in a back seat of your memory, somewhere deep, deep, deep that, you never knew about, you never have discovered, you never wanted to think about. It's just there. You have a memory of this place. You have a memory before it looked like this. The sensation of ill wishes, of, you don't want to say evil, because evil's too meh. Not good. Not good. It's not a good place. That this was built for a very troublesome purpose. You can kind of see it, and we're going to use the term mind's eye, but within your consciousness, within your brain, you know within your essence that this place is to keep something away. This was created, this was built to house something that is no bueno. And just like that, the moment ends for you. But it you remember it, and it stays with you, and that's what you experience.
Hey guys, we should open this.
All right, you first.
Okay.
A giant like Simon, beep boop, beep boop, boop, match the things. Beep boop. As you're standing there on Cookie's shoulders, you all hear the roar, the familiar roar of your friend.
Oh crap.
Since you're right at an entrance, you're able to discern that maybe this sound is coming from, maybe not within directly in front of you, but somewhere within this area. You hear the sound again.
Nope. Just leave it alone. Time to leave.
Did we just ring the monger's doorbell?
Yep.
I don't know. Like, do they have doorbells?
Let's not stick around to find out. Let's leave.
You begin to hear what sounds like crunching
From
inside. Yes, inside the whatever I'm saying building, but it's not really. It's inside this structure. You begin to hear deep within its bowels crunching. It sound like
cocks the bowcaster.
Yeah.
Out swings the bowcaster and cock.
Quigley would also pull out his sniper rifle.
Okay. What you doing? Did you let Noah down?
Yeah, I think I dropped him.
Okay.
No.
Drop him off the side.
No, just like definitely one of those, like, once he's done and those the crunching noises start, it's I'm gonna let him get down, but if he doesn't get down on his own, I'm just gonna not be underneath him anymore.
Yeah, I'll climb the stairs of the fur.
They're going down.
Carpet.
They're just
So Wookiee cocks the crossbow.
Yeah, I'll
Are you
start
going
heading down.
okay. That's fine.
What? Ah!
Y'all have effing dash no.
Like,
Viewers.
Cookie shares a look with Quigley, like, should
I'm a
we?
man of science. You can't dangle something of such scientific interest in me not.
Was that scientific though? Ooh.
Of course it was.
Guy thinks he's Indiana Jones.
Exactly. All right. So I want you to give me
Indiana Solo.
Give me a cool test, Mitchell.
Indiana Bones.
3 purple.
Cool. I'm so cool.
We named the dog Indiana.
I like that dog. Fond memories.
1 success, 2 threats.
Okay. So as Quigley and Cookie are standing outside of the entrance. Well, I'm sorry.
No,
standing, yeah.
That's the look that he's giving.
Okay. I was like, did you guys go in? I'm sorry if you did. Okay.
Should we?
Exactly. As they stand outside and you start to head in, of course, like I said, there's immediate stairs. You start to head down. From it's your flashlight can only go so far, but you do see that it evens out, that this all kind of leads to a floor of some sort, but it's dark, and again you hear this crunching sound, this sound of bone and maybe stone or something. You can't tell, like the sound is not something that you would have encountered often in your life, but it definitely sounds like footfalls and something very heavy making its way through this structure. You're not sure right now if it sounds like it's coming toward you or away from you. You're just not sure. Do you continue?
Oh yeah.
You do? Roof caves in, everybody dies.
We're still outside.
Quigley's
aren't
not
we?
in there.
Yeah.
No.
Quigley's like he's not even paying attention. He's trying to scan the forest with his scope from the high ground to see if he can see Jen and Ben.
Cookie is
Okay.
definitely doing that, like that torn, that dog thing where it's like, they told me to stay, but I want to. But should I go with the, like, just like between Quigley and Noah, like just wanting to, like, kind of not wanting Noah to die, but at the same time,
Aw.
like, really not wanting to die themselves.
Yeah.
Self-preservation.
Yeah, that self-preservation's kicking in strong, but at the same time, it's like, well, no,
All right. So
he might be useful. He might be tasty. We don't know yet.
Oh, I'm both.
He's a
as
snack.
you
Mhm.
as you begin to get to the last stair, as you're going down these stairs, you the light from Cookie and Quigley's flashlights are starting to peter out at this point. There, you can only kind of see them in a distance from up, above you. Your own flashlight is the only light that you have. it's starting to get quiet down here, and it's getting a lot cooler than it is outside. Obviously, you're in the middle of kind of a mountain. You're kind of in the rock of this, and it's dark, and you hear the dripping of water from stalactites, and it's eerie, it's creepy. As you continue on, this crunching sound, you begin to realize it is coming closer to you. It's coming closer to the staircase.
Well, I'm gonna try to just like move off to the side and stealthily wait for it to pass.
Okay. As it gets closer, however, the heaviness of it starts to change. It's as if the thing that was is not any longer. The footfalls and the crunching sound as they get closer to you, as they get closer to the staircase that you're kind of, still trying to stealth to the corner of, it changes to more even, a little bit more quiet footfalls. And as you're scanning around with your do you use your flashlight, or do you turn your flashlight off?
Yeah, let's use my flashlight. This sounds good.
Okay. As you use your flashlight, I love Daniel's face. Is anybody looking at the chat, by the way? How's chat doing?
Chat's all right.
What's chat doing?
Okay.
Chat chill.
Chat chill. Okay. If we had any, I don't get a chance to like this. If we had any bits or anything, this is where we were going to use it. If anybody wants to see Noah die, this is the time to maybe donate something. Do you want Noah?
What? Who wants Noah to die? Noah's
There's no
favorite.
There's no bits to pay for that one.
If you pay the name an NPC, be Arthur, I will. No, it has to not be us. It can't be us. I'm not going to kill, anything.
No, that was I gave 10 bits so that Noah will live.
Yeah, I'm
Yay,
worth 10
okay.
bits.
And
All I have
only that.
left.
That's more than I have. That's more than I've ever given for P for T. No, just kidding. All right, so back. You're standing there as these footfalls are coming towards you. The sound has changed. They become more even, and you realize that although it was hard to tell, there are only, there's one footfall, another. It's 2 feet, and it's 2 legs. You can tell it's not like something on 4 legs.
Well, that's good.
But as you're scanning with your flashlight in this rather flat, kind of open, large room that is off of these stairs, you see a small figure. Small humanoid figure.
Hey, I'm a school teacher.
Hey, shouldn't you be in class?
As your eyes focus and as the lights focus, you realize it's Jen.
Hey, Jen. How's it going?
She's just standing there.
How's it going, Jen?
She starts to move towards you.
Jen.
Oh, I'll go up and be like, hey, Jen, you need a hug? It looks like we were worried about you.
She stops where she is, towards the center of the room, and as you approach her, she speaks. Why did you kill my father?
Get into the real issues.
I
know
didn't
what
kill
this
your
place
father.
is.
That's some heavy stuff, Jen.
Why are you a horrible teacher?
Now it's getting personal.
Yeah, I'd like you to know my
Why do you destroy everything that you touch?
3 out of 5.
Why don't you have a family?
Go
stars.
throw some bits in the chat if you want to insult him.
Jen, this is a little personal. Like,
Why did you kill my father?
I did it, Jen.
Why did you kill my father?
I couldn't do anything.
Can we hear this
to
going
save him?
on?
Like,
No,
what?
you don't hear anything.
We don't hear anything. Can we see his flashlight, or is it gone completely dark?
Give me a perception check.
I'm
Two
gonna
purple.
push this kid down.
You gonna try and push her?
Yeah.
All right.
3 out of 5 stars as a teacher. I am rated average on Yelp.
As you go to push her, As you go to make the movement, it's as if you have hit a cold brick wall. It is as if her entire... I'm sorry, what'd you get?
I one failure, one threat. I don't see a
Okay,
damn
I don't see
thing.
anything. Nope. You don't see his light anymore. As you go to push her, it is a cold brick. It is as if she is nothing but stone. And as you stand there, do you try and push her more? Do you try?
I'm like...
There is something that is preventing you from actually making contact to what you think would feel like a normal human, another person. And she'll look at you. You are worthless. And
You're
with
not
that,
Chen.
she'll disappear.
Wait, Hello? I'll put my flashlight around like...
So I think that when Cookie realized that they could no longer see Noah's light, it would have started down the stairs.
Okay.
Slowly and very quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And constantly kind of like looking back and making sure I can still see Quigley.
All right.
This is the worst.
All right. So as Cookie starts to move down the stairway, Noah, give me your cool. Keep it together roll. Let's give you a keep it together roll.
Is that how I sound like, Alex?
Yeah, that's how you sound like.
Is that how I sound like?
In cult. This is all our cult game. He does this to me all the time. No, a cool roll. Three purple. 3 purple.
Oh, okay.
1 black.
Oh, this might get worse.
Keep it together, man.
1 failure, 2 threats.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh no.
As you stand there, kind of reeling from what you just saw, the ground beneath you begins to shake. The sound of those bricks that kind of, you heard before, I'm calling them tinkling. They're the falling bricks. You hear it again. As well as the sound of cracking, of movement deep within this place. I need you to make... I'm going to do this one. We got limited time here. I need you to make a basic agility check. Just tell me your successes, Mitchell.
Athletics? Or agility. Okay.
Just agility. I'm just going to do straight agility.
Let me get my way downtown.
Quigley, did you come down with Cookie?
Yeah.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay. Cookie, I'm going to have you make we're going to do...
Cookie is torn between caring about Noah and just wanting to get the hell out of there.
Give me a cool test. 2 purple.
2 purple on the cool. Ooh, that's not going to be good. Cookie is not very cool. A wash.
Okay.
3
All right.
advantages, 3 threats. Oops.
The ground beneath you, Noah, begins to crack. Stones start to fall from the ceiling. Rocks, bricks, mortar, anything that held this place together at one time is slowly becoming undone. The ground quakes.
Do I feel this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do. And because your cool was a kind of complete wash, you're stuck there. You're not sure what you should do. You don't know if you should run back out or if you need to go in and save Noah. There's a momentary pause of I don't know what to do.
Frozen with indecision.
It's indecision, yes. Noah, there's dust. There is clouds of dust starting to come, wafting through the back of this chamber, and from above you, little rocks start to hit your head. This place is no longer stable.
The hell kind of place is it? It summons a child to insult me, and now it's hitting me in the head. Oh God! I'm gonna look around and try to find an exit or a safe place to cover myself.
The only exit is where you came from.
And I'm like, dun, 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 dun,
All right,
dun,
give
dun.
me give me a coordination roll. This is really an important roll.
Yay.
2 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
What? 2 purple, 1 black, 1 red.
Cookie, you are also having a lot of rocks start to come down on you.
Crapples.
There's a large crack in the staircase starting to spider up towards you. Quigley, you hear this. Smoke, or not smoke, but dust clouds are starting to come out of this entrance.
1 failure, 2 threats.
Like, he's still scanning the forest for the girls, and he's just gonna kind of peer over his shoulder and be like, that's a shame.
All right, I'm gonna roll a d20, and evens I go up, and odds I go down.
Sounds good.
Going down, down, down.
I'm going up.
Okay.
Cookie is heading back up towards Quigley.
Me
no.
too.
However, Noah, you failed. You trip. You're tripping. You trip on the stair. There's a stair that is now kind of broken. It's jagged, so you trip on it. You're gonna get.
Would I see him?
Huh?
Would I see him?
You started to head back up. At this point. As you get towards the top, you hear him. You hear him fall because he makes a cute little sound like when he sneezes. Yeah. No.
My bad
you
knee.
hear him.
If Cookie could, see or hear, it would change their mind.
Okay. So at the top, you hear Noah. You hear him, kind of call out or make some sort of noise.
Gonna make a pleading face at Quigley, like, "Are you gonna help me out?" And then go back out, go back down and try and drag Noah out by his tentacles.
Noah, your ankle.
Grab the tentacles and haul.
You're
Like
you're
grabbing
with the fall, you're gonna take 3 wounds, regardless of your any armor or anything or soak value. Sorry, you're gonna take 3 wounds regardless. You have twisted your ankle very bad. It really hurts to walk. You don't know if you can immediately. You might have heard a snap. However, with Cookie's assistance as they come, running back in, this place is gone.
I
This
am
place
not
is going.
being gentle.
Yeah.
I'm like, Cookie, demon girl, get me out.
This place is coming down around you. Not too gently grab him as you pull him up the rest of the stairs.
Just rips all my tentacles off my head. Oh God!
I got some shirt too. You're not gonna get hurt. Good.
But as you run up these stairs, up the remaining stairs, and out of this entranceway, none too late, because as soon as you do that, a large plume of dust bursts out from behind you, as rocks and boulders and everything kind of cave in this entrance. The stairway from your last visage of it as you're running out is crumbling, and into a large void, as if there was nothing, below that, as if it was just a hole that was just caving in on itself. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Have you ever been yelled at by a Wookiee? Because Noah gets like the full like Wookiee roar like in the face. Like, what were you thinking?
I want to say that.
Go ahead, D.
I want to say that Quigley was like through all of the explosion of dust, debris, and Cookie flinging Noah out at like last minute. Like, Quigley has never taken his eye off the scope, just like showered with rocks. Like,
No, never look at an explosion. You don't.
He's got it covered. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Good teamwork. We're good.
But that is the end of this part. I was kind of hoping to get you off the planet, but that'll be for next time. First thing.
You say that.
Maybe, unless you all die.
We're gonna stay here
We're all
forever.
gonna die.
Oh my God!
I'm not living without
Quigley
Kaiser,
will
man.
leave.
I'm telling you.
Mhm.
No.
We will we'll find out what has happened to our little kids who might now be in the middle of a rubble. We don't know.
Yeah, Quigley, like, wasn't there for the big fight against the Rancor, lost the children. He is on a downward slope of inefficiency and incompetence.
Mitchell, you see these hands?
God.
Deal with it in character.
You see these hands? I know where you live.
All right. I'm gonna go around. We're going around. Say our good nights, starting with Daniel.
Hi guys, thanks for watching. I'm Daniel. I played Quigley, the gang tonight. If you would like to see more, we're here every other Monday. I'm also playing in a every Sunday campaign with Age of Ashes that Ian's running. Next Sunday, I do have a guest spot for my new game that I'm running, Scion 2nd Edition. You guys should stop by and see it. It's our session 0, so we will be introducing all our characters and setting the general theme of the game. And yeah, we'd like to see as many people as possible. So
definitely check that out. Super excited. Wish I could play. I'm a sleepy person, so I'm not. James.
Hey, you can find me sitting my happy ass at home in this quarantine, self-isolation, COVID-19 stuff. For all the people that are listening to this distantly in the future, we are still like mid-quarantine. But yeah, I guess the only thing that I have to say is don't forget to check out Penny for a Tale on YouTube and the Patreon at Penny for a Tale. What is it? Patreon.com/Penny for a Tale. And yeah, come with us some more next time.
Yeah. Mitchell.
Hey, I have been and always will be Mitchell. It was a pleasure playing Noah once again. You can like and subscribe us. If you're on the internet, you should know how to do that. If you don't, I mean, Google it. But yeah, just go under the dancing cookie.
And everyone, that is it, right? Is there anything else you want to plug, Mitchell?
No, that is, I mean, there's an awesome Scion game coming up. I don't know who's GMing it. It's going to be great. Okay, Daniel's doing it. It's going to be amazing. I'm super excited. I know some days I will surprise him and just be like, blam.
Over there.
What's the next game that's coming up this week?
The next game is actually tomorrow. Dice and Dames will be doing a new game called Arium, which is currently being play tested and stuff like that. So it's going to be really cool. Some fresh new faces. You won't have to look at this weird mug for another...
But we like it so much.
Aww.
That's one person.
It is a good mug.
I got a good mug too.
Yes! Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning.
I need that mug.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you. I hope to see you next Star Wars. Get off this planet. Yeah. May the Force be with you guys.
May the Force be with you.